Claude Code costs approximately $200 a month, and every developer I know is trying to justify the price tag, including me. Until last few weeks, Moonshot AI dropped Kimi K3, which is a 2.8 trillion parameter, 1 million token context window, and it's beating Claude Opus on multiple benchmarks. But here's the part that matters: you can set it up completely free. So I did something dumb. I replaced Claude Code with Kimi K3 for an entire day of a real development work. No safety net, no switching back. Here exactly what happened: the good, the bad, and the moment where I almost opened my wallet again. So let's start. So what happens when you write a message in Claude Code that all your prompts go to an endpoint, and that endpoint is Anthropic server and using the model like Claude Opus or whatever the model you are paying for. Now what you guys can do is you can change that endpoint, and the simplest way is through a free API gateway called, well, I'll show you on the screen. So here's the flow. You grab a free API key, takes about 30 seconds, no credit card, then you point Claude Code at the Kimi's endpoint instead of Anthropic. That's it. To command in your terminal, and suddenly Claude Code is running on Kimi K. The model itself has 1 million context window, so that means it can fit in a lot of your tasks together. For context, that's about 750,000 words, or roughly the entire Harry Potter series in one go. You can drop your entire code base into a single prompt and it won't forget anything. There's only one catch, and I noticed it immediately. Kimi K3 is fast, like noticeably faster than the Claude Code on most phones. We are talking sub-second latency on code completion that Claude take 2-3 seconds on, but speed is not average, and this is where it gets interesting. Now what we are doing is, on the left side we have like a Claude Code running in Opus 5 and max efforts, so I have moved the efforts to ultra code, and on the right side I'm running Kimi Code, Kimi K3, and for both the places I have given the same prompt: build a web game Mario with gorilla in it. And as we can see, I've started this for the Claude before, because as we know Claude takes more time, and now it's ready. And Claude approximately took 1 hour and 1 minute for this, so we'll wait for now Kimi to finish. I didn't run it parallel, I just run it one by one in sequence. So now Kimi is coding, and once that would finish, we'll compare both of them side by side. So now both the games are ready. So one is done by Opus 5 and another one is done by Kimi K3. The only thing I want to flag that I have not given the prompt in depth. I have just given like a very vague prompt because I want to see that how both of the model would work. But if you can see that initially Opus took 1 hour 9 minute and 26 seconds. On the other hand, Kimi K3 took 16 minutes. So now let's move to see how actually the game looks. So now this is the game by Claude Opus 5. So there is a gorilla here, there is a Mario character, and I think I need to save whatever the character is here. It's asking me space to start. So let's start. Oh, so there is a sound as well. That's pretty good. And yes, everything is controllable from mouse. Pretty good. And it's pretty smooth. Although I don't like the UI in 2025. But if I press space, I can jump. So let's go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There is no lag. Everything is pretty smooth. I just didn't like the UI. Maybe the UI could be good if I just give more in-depth prompts. So let's give it a try if I can pass this stage or not. No. So now let's move to the another one. So this is the one made by Kimi, and UI wise I'm more impressed here. And initially, because in the prompt I didn't ask that I want gorilla versus Mario, that Opus itself assumed. So let's play here. Oh, okay. So I can jump and then I can move. Not bad. The only thing is that there is some logical error that if I press right, it's seeing left. That's not a big deal. Let's say there is a bug there as well, that it automatically going to magnify. But this is more realistic as compared to the last one. But there is some little bugs here. But I would still like the Kimi one, and I think I should stop playing and get back to my video explanation. But yeah, so the game is pretty nice. Yeah. So what I have to do is I need to reach the flag, and after that there is a game over and score 6,000. So yeah, so from my perspective, UI wise, Kimi has done a really good job as compared to the Mario, but as if we want to talk about the smoothness and everything, there is no comparison what Opus did. So both are good at their own places. So now few things. Now I'm gonna be real with you because that's the whole point of this channel. There were the three moves where Kimi K3 let me down, and you need to know before you switch from Claude Code to Kimi K3. First, the complex multi-step reason. I really like how Kimi Code planned everything and used the new UI like a modern UI and created the whole game. But when I asked it to trace a bug through 4 different files, something Claude Opus can handle very easily, Kimi got confused after some steps and it gave me a fix that technically worked, but it wasn't the root cause. It was treating the symptom. Now, the second part, structured output reliability. When I asked for the JSON output in my other project, different field name, Kimi sometimes added extra fields or rename things, and I think Claude is more disciplined here. So in that fact, Claude is better, but Kimi is more creative as we have already seen in the game. And now the agentic behavior. Claude has this thing where it reads your file, understands your project structure, and make decisions about what to change. Kimi needs more handholding. You have to tell it which file exists. It doesn't autonomously explore your repo the same way as you have seen in the game, that after some time I was having a lot of UI issues, functional issues, and I have to go back and redo a lot of stuff. But that was not the issue when I was using the Claude Code. So now if we compare the Claude Opus 5 with Kimi K3 according to the benchmark, we can see that the average score is Opus is around 85.88 out of 100 and Kimi K3 is very close, it's 79.98. And now if you see the category breakdown, then they're pretty close to each other, but in multi-model obviously Kimi is a way ahead and everyone knows that's kind of a drawback for the Claude. But if we talk about knowledge, agentic, and all the other things, it seems like Opus 5 is pretty good as compared to Kimi. But when it comes to the price point, it's another level of a story. So if anyone is looking for a price sensitive LLM, then there is no comparison and Kimi is the best choice. And both models are 1 million context, so both are pretty good. So here's my honest take. For 80% of what most developers do day by day, like writing or generating components, fixing bugs, Kimi K3 is good enough. And good enough for free beats slightly better for like $200 that you're paying to Opus every single time. The million token context window is genuinely useful, but the speed is better than Claude. And the fact that you can set this up in less than 2 minutes without the credit card once they will open source everything, it's pretty insane. And that's not a press release talking, that's me after a full day of shipping real code on a free model. So I have been using Kimi 3 free of cost, and I'll make another video how you can use the Kimi K3 for free, but getting same level of performance as Claude Code for free, I'll definitely switch for Kimi rather than paying $200. So my monthly bill just drop a lot. I'll compare all of these free AI setup together on this channel, like Kimi K3, GLM, open source agent, the whole stack. Subscribe so you know which ones are actually worth your time. And if you have tried Kimi K3 already, drop a comment. I want to know if you hit the same rough edges like I did or if your experience was different. Let's figure this out together.